Like, what do you miss about being on stage? Aside from the energy and the performing, just like the cop out answers.
What do I miss from performing? I miss working up to something and like putting my best gosh dang foot forward and being like, this is the best that I could do from whatever I was given. And then just also feeling like all of the release of all the tension for the past few months. Like, I start screaming when I'm on stage sometimes. Or like in the backstage because I'm just like, finally it's over.
Do you have, before going on stage, do you have a pre-performance routine?
Kind of. I noticed that. Well, I don't. Well, once I actually threw up backstage, also
That's your
because I
part of
got
your
so nervous.
routine.
Yeah, it's part of the routine. So I decided I can't do all the jumping jacks everybody does, like to get their heart pumping because mine will pump too much. Um,
There's so much that you yak.
exactly, like halfway into the performance, I'll be like, I'm not good anymore. But I do this thing where I'm on my toes and I bend my knees. It's what one of my first dance instructors taught me, and I like clasp my hands together really tightly. She said it was to find your center.
Wow.
Yeah, because when I get nervous, like it's like my feet are lifted off the floor, like I can't be stable on them. So it really helps me to center myself again.
That's cool. This is your first dance. That's so cool that it's like it made such an impact for you. It's become like a grounding tool, a tool of grounding. That's cool. Do you, when you perform, either before or after, do you feel like the tinglies, like like when your feet are numb or hands are numb? Do you feel that?
Yeah, my knees shake and I'm like, I can't be stable. Like I have to hold a position in the front. Like my knees are shaking.
Shit.
It's so hard. So I really like to wear baggy clothes when I perform because then you can't really see it.
Really?
Yeah.
I can imagine if if the costume calls for tight fitting clothing, like,
Be
and
like,
you're
oh
doing a
no.
hold, you're like just shaking. I That's one of the reasons I prefer being in the second line or in the back because it's less pressure. There's always like someone else I can watch from the side. I'm like, okay, they didn't fuck up. If I see someone fuck up, I'm like, how you fucked up?
So you focus on them rather than myself.
Yeah, because when you're front center, I'm not a fan of it. I just do it because I think I lock better than everyone than in the group. So it's I guess the pressure of like there's no one watching. You have to make sure you're on count. And I have experienced this. This was when we were backup dance. I was backup dancing. We were in a line in a position in a way where we couldn't see each other, even though we were in a line. And somehow all the dancers got an 8 count ahead of the singer. So when she tried to do the choreo, she was like, "The fuck? You're an 8 count ahead." So, I mean, I guess there's really no excuse because if you're backup dancing, but like we also didn't have enough rehearsal time. But that's a cop out. We just sucked. That's cool. Yeah, my routine, my pre-workout routine seems aggressive. Like I don't like when I am backstage, I'd say a minute or two before we perform, I stop talking to everyone. Like and I get into this really angry kind of look, and and you guys listen, if you guys are listening to this, you guys can't see my routine, but watch the video on our YouTube. As I do this, I hit both sides of my chest and I hit both sides of my head. I do that like boom, 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 and I do like a certain breathing ritual. I go. It's like to kind of like I don't know. I've done that for a lot of performances, and if I noticed if I don't like it psychs me up, and I think I'm also using my anger as energy, like
Mhm.
because I'm not trying to be like dance with an angry face the whole time, but I'm like trying to summon that kind of energy because I've noticed that if I don't kind of like find my pattern, or it's like me letting go of like the negative vibes, like but I've also noticed like, if I don't breathe properly when I'm dancing, I'm like I don't know if you've ever done that, like you're like so excited when you're dancing you just stop breathing, like
Yeah. Like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's what one of the reasons I kind of like that's fucked me up. And I noticed like if I don't like make my body aware of this routine of breathing, yeah, yeah,
Mm, yeah, I definitely have to remind myself a lot. But it sounds like you're like waking up the energetic body inside of you. It's interesting.
yeah. Because I don't know, I think I was inspired by Manny Pacquiao when he did it, but I'm also like for some reason I get like in a really hyper competitive state of mind, even though I'm not competing with anyone aside from like because I haven't competed in forever. But it's just like I want to fucking rip the audience's face off right now with this dope ass performance. They better like my dancing because I'm I don't know It's that's I just feel like everyone's like I don't know I get this competitive focused zone of like let's fucking kill this shit.
Hmm.
I don't
Hmm.
know.
I got you.
It could be just too much testosterone.
Maybe.